I thought I'd have a post FBI trial sentencing reaction video, which, if anything, I'm making tea, but it's really hard to enjoy it. My friend who I attended the press conference outside the sentencing with didn't really know who was who in terms of who did what regarding it. So he was able to help me get into the U.S. Attorney's gaggle, would you call it, and make filming and footage of them. But at some point he high-fived Ethan Knight, not quite even knowing who Ethan Knight was. I introduced him to Amanda Marshall as a police brutality victim regarding the DOJ settlement. Then, in total irony, I mentioned to Mr. Handelman of the Portland Cop Watch, oh, I thanked Amanda Marshall for the DOJ agreement. And I think that was after he said, oh, send away another black man to prison for 30 years. And I was feeling the poignancy of what he said. And so I said, I apologize, or I thanked her for the DOJ agreement. And then he's like, kind of like really? And at that point I was saying, oh yeah, you're getting it from both sides, but oh, he walked away, and I think I must have horrified him. But I don't know if he could comprehend my irony or the unpleasantness of the situation. As a woman, I felt sorry for Amanda Marshall because clearly her position is unpopular in Portland, and the defense were mobbed by reporters, whereas Amanda was barely like anybody cares what she thinks because everybody thinks she's racist, mean. So that itself was kind of like, I felt like, well, let's see what she says. And one of the, I think it's a KUBARK manual training memoranda or something, is like, let people talk, or interrogation technique. Let people talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And finally you'll get something different, and or their own extremism will wear itself out. So like one of the most poignant things I think she said was, I'm a mother. I get it. I get it. Or she said that she had done child welfare law for 10 years and she gets it. But I don't think anyone really could get it who's not an immigrant from a war-torn country in Africa. So I don't think just being a mother qualifies her to get it, or qualifies me to get it as a non-mother or whatever. It was just kind of interesting. But the very nice Tung Kim, was it? From the Lewis and Clark Law School, the NatSec professor was kind of on call, or on hand. Let's see, Tung, Lewis and Clark. So that was kind of nice. I basically, Tung Yin. And I introduced Ben Pickering to him and told him a little bit about the police brutality and about Ben's excellent testimony for the DOJ fairness hearing, and how what was so amazing about Ben's testimony is that he points out the way that our national security is impeded if we can't have any proper conduct from our police regarding beating up of the most vulnerable. And for me, it's a national security perspective. And Tung apologized to him, and that itself is tweetable. And he was very cool, and I was telling him that I am just completely obsessed by law and love it and really need to get to law school here in a minute. And so I'm gonna hear my tea water is ready. Outside. And I'm really upset I missed the FBI director. And I was like, the Fox reporter told me there was going to be an FBI director. Then it all seemed to lull. Everybody had gone away. And I think maybe everybody went up into a secret room. And I was kind of left out of that. And I should have asked. But I didn't. We were getting hungry and we were tired and we were let down. And I don't even know. Maybe they would have confiscated my camera and not even let me make footage anyway. And then it would have been like, listening to it. But I totally would have loved to go there. So I was really annoyed that I didn't go. I was sitting next to FBI, most assuredly. I could tell by the way they... I don't know really anything. I don't know who I was sitting by. But he was looking at my shoes, and I was looking at his shoes, and... It was so nice to see everybody, see the family. The first person I ran into was Mohammed's mother. She was walking this way, and I was walking that onto the grounds of the USDC. And she looked beautiful, and Mohammed had a lot of friends and family. The sister spoke, and Mohammed spoke, and the father spoke, and the mother spoke, and it was all heart-wrenching. And so I introduced Ben to Amanda Marshall, and I'd introduced him to Ethan Knight one day, just by fluke a year ago. I was like, oh, hey, Ethan Knight, here's one of the, these people that get beaten brutally by the Portland police. I think it was really interesting when Ben got the high five from Ethan Knight. I just can't express it. Ethan Knight's a kid. He's like a baby lawyer. He's a baby lawyer in his 30s, but he's still a baby lawyer. He's so smooth, complected, and I can't really say anything coherent right now. This is all just this sort of assorted details that are floating about. It was so nice to be there, so lucky to be there. I'm so glad Portland Cop Watch was there. And we have a plan to go inform Multnomah County what happened.